quick disclaimer before this video starts off, y'all. Like, I recorded this on Christmas, so that's why this intro is the way it is. Cause I wanted when I was making the video, I was thinking and a lot more about who I should put in here. So like it took me like a couple days figure that out. So yeah, with that being said, hope y'all enjoy the video and follow me up on Twitter like I said before, and I'll see y'all next one.
Yo, what's going on, guys? Zero here, and today I want to welcome you guys back to another video. Merry Christmas to all of you guys. Hope you guys are having a good time with your families and friends. And if you guys don't celebrate Christmas today, I hope you guys are just having a good day in general. For me, like, the best Christmas present would be to, just follow me on Twitter. Like, we recently reached 26K, and we're going on passing that, so for me, just follow me on Twitter at 0_gravity_, and also like up the video and just watching it in general. That would be basically the best Christmas present for me to get. For the video today, I want to just go over my top 5 villain introduction for Dragon Ball, because Dragon Ball has some of the legit best villain introductions that I've seen. But anyways, coming in at number 5 is Majin Buu, because Majin Buu, he's literally just a menace. Like, he looked innocent, but he's anything but that. So basically what happened is Majin Vegeta and Goku were having their fight, right? And they expelled enough energy for Majin Buu to come out. And when he came out, he just went on a rampage against everyone. And basically what happened was Deborah came in and he just got bodied. Like, legit, Majin Buu proceeded to take his eyes out and he was just a wreck. He got destroyed. And then you have Gohan trying to take Shin, and try to run away. Majin Buu catches up with them in seconds and just proceeds to just wash Gohan. He just bodies him. And then goes to the Supreme Kai. Supreme Kai tries to fight him, and Supreme Kai just gets washed too. It's bad, bro. And then Supreme Kai comes back trying to get his get back from getting washed, and he gets washed again, bro. And then after that, like Majin Buu goes down to the ground, try to finish him off. He gets up, try to fight again, and he gets bodied. And before Majin Buu can come and finish him off, Gohan comes in with a sneak trying to beat him. And then Majin Buu just regenerates and just act like nothing happened. Like, he took no damage from that. Like, Gohan literally did nothing. And so Gohan tries to go in for an attack again, and then Majin Buu just proceeds to just body him with a blast, just body him like completely. And then after that, Deborah tries to come in with a sneak attack again, and then Majin Buu just turns him in the canyon and eats him. So Majin Buu so far, he's just been, as a villain, he's going crazy. Like, he's been on a wild rampage. And then later on, Vegeta comes in, and, Vegeta tries to, do his best against Majin Buu, but all the attacks are just doing nothing. Like, Majin Buu just keeps regenerating every time Vegeta does anything. So he tries this atomic blast to go through, thinking that, it might have killed him off, but Majin Buu just gets up and regenerates from that too. So, Majin Vegeta just, thinks that there's no way you can take him out, like, he's just invincible. And Buu does this attack, this huge explosion attack that just, severely injures Vegeta. What ends up happening is Buu ends up, taking a part of himself off of him, and then, ends up trying to catch up Vegeta. And when he catches him, Majin Buu just lays a smackdown on him. Like, he just beats him up. Like, he was really gonna beat him to death. But King Trunks comes in, saves him, and then after that, we have Majin Vegeta's, atonement, his explosion and stuff like that, his final act. And you think that, that would kill Majin Buu off, but, like, he just regenerates from that, like, completely. Like, so Vegeta's sacrifice did nothing. And Piccolo, he's running scared. He doesn't know what to do. So basically, yeah, that would be my number 5. And then coming in at number 4, we have King Piccolo. Now, King Piccolo, his introduction was actually, it was just wild. Because first of all, coming off the 22nd World Tournament, Tien, came over with the victory with Goku in the final act of the tournament. And then they're all like having their dinner, but then Goku forgot his power pole, and Krillin says, he would come, go get it from him, and then they're having their dinner, right? And I really like how the anime does this over in the manga, because in the manga, Krillin yells out, and that's why Goku comes running to his rescue. But in the anime, Goku just can sense there's something wrong, like with Krillin. Like, nothing, like, he doesn't scream out or anything, like, he just senses there's something wrong. So Krillin goes dashing in after Krillin to see what's going on. And then, he basically just sees that, Krillin's on the ground with a tournament announcer, and, like, he's checking on Krillin, like, trying to see if he's good, and Krillin just is dead. Like, he's not moving at all, he's just done. And the tournament announcer says that, a monster came in and attacked them both. Then Krillin tried to fight him, but he ended up getting killed. And then afterwards, Goku just dashes off, try to go find the guy that, took out Krillin. And then Master Roshi goes into the fact that, this guy, he sees the symbol, and he knows that it's King Piccolo. And he goes into the backstory of him, like they all tried to fight him, him and Shen. And he always said that Shen, Shen, even as bad as, the Crane Hermit is, like, he was telling Tien to kill Goku in the tournament. And even as bad as he is, even he would, he wouldn't release King Piccolo from where he was. So, yeah, and those two, they try to fight him, and then their master Mutaito, he had the rice cooker, and he used the Mafuba to seal him in there, but it ended up taking his life. So if King Piccolo's back, then, it's still trouble for everybody. And then, Tambourine comes back to King Piccolo, telling them the news that he killed Krillin, and, he's going after the rest of the tournament participants, with the tournament list and all that. That'll be number 4. Number 3 goes into Mercenary Tao. Now, Mercenary Tao, he was just wild. Like, basically what happened was General Boo was tasked with, finding the Dragon Balls and bringing them back to Commander Red for the Red Moon Army. But he failed, and he ended up bringing back the Dragon Radar, so he didn't come back empty-handed. But, Commander Red wasn't pleased because he didn't have the Dragon Balls, so he made him a deal. If he was able to beat Mercenary Tao, he would let him live. Mercenary Tao and him having them have their, fight going back and forth, and General Blue realizes that, none of his attacks are working on him. Like, there's nothing he can do against him. And so Mercenary Tao reels back his head and pierces his tongue into his skull and kills him. That is just insane. I've never, ever in my life seen a kill like that. That's just crazy. And then afterwards, he ends up taking a pillar and going to where Goku and them is, get the Dragon Balls for the Red Moon Army. Can I just mention, him, riding on a pillar? That's just crazy. Like, imagine just riding on a pillar. That's, just insane, bro. And it's bro, it's crazy. I've never seen, someone just travel that way, going on a pillar. Anyways, he rides on the scene, right? And, he takes on Bora, Upa's father. And you don't know Bora, he was, just taking out a whole bunch of Red Moon Army soldiers like it was nothing, just overpowering them and just, bodying them. And he took gunfire head on, just, stood there and took it. And then, proceeded to body all the Red Moon Army soldiers that were trying to invade the Shingshu and stuff like that. And Mercenary Tao comes in, and he just proceeds to, body Bora completely. It's crazy how he does it. He just holds the spear in place, and Bora can't move it at all. And he ends up throwing Bora in the air, grabs the spear, chucks it at him, and just kills him off the rip, just like that. And it's crazy, because Bora, he didn't even stand a chance, and you saw Bora before, he was taking out Red Moon Army soldiers like it was nothing, and he just gets killed with Mercenary Tao just like that. Goku sees this, right, and Goku tries to jump in, and Goku, he tries his best, but none of his attacks are doing anything, so he pulls out the Kamehameha, thinking that he finished him off, but Mercenary Tao tanked the Kamehameha completely, and the Kamehameha is no joke. Don't get it twisted. Master Roshi was able to put out a whole fire on a mountain with that Kamehameha, and Mercenary Tao just took it like it was nothing. And the Mercenary Tao retaliates and then used the Dodonpa on Goku, seemingly killing him. And that's a big deal, because Goku seemingly, and this is after the 21st World Tournament, right? So Goku was fighting Jackie Chun, and they were seemingly on the same level. So Goku is no slouch right here, right? But yeah, and he ends up taking out Goku, and then Upa after that, because Upa, he was getting upset that his father was killed. So I think Mercenary Tao, he chucks a rock at him, right? Just to be an asshole, you know what I mean? And so he just dips out after, taking out Bora, taking out Goku seemingly, and just dips. So he came and did exactly what he was tasked to do. He just bodied everybody that was there and dipped. So I just thought that was literally insane. So coming in at number 2, we have 17 and 18. And bro, what 17 and 18 did to the Z Fighters should honestly be studied, because it was actually insane. So basically, Dr. Gero makes back to his lab, right? And he sees that, everything is in order, and he awakens 17 and 18, right? And they're acting obedient to him, but they're not really, right? So they're basically acting like they're, his pawns and stuff like that. And basically what happens is 17 ends up snatching the remote and crushing it, so we can't put them back to sleep again. And then, Dr. Gero gets really upset at 17 and 18, but then 17 ends up sticking his hand, through his chest and body, And then he gets super upset, and then 17 ends up just kicking off his head, like off his shoulders, and then jumps up and then crushes his head. And keep in mind, this is all happening in front of the Z Fighters. Like, they're seeing all of this, because they caught up to Dr. Gero, to his lab, so they're seeing all this go down. And then Trunks, he got, some PTSD from seeing 17 and 18, and there was another android there named 16, and he didn't want them, to awaken 16. So basically what happened was Trunks shot a blast, like destroying the whole laboratory in the mountain with it. But then after that, it turned out that 17 and 18 were alright, and Trunks really didn't do anything with that blast. And then 17, 16, and 18, they ended up just going away. And so what happened after that, Vegeta chases after them and catches up with them. And he ends up fighting 18, thinking that he's actually doing, damage to her. But basically what happened was 18 was just making Vegeta waste all of his energy, so when he did, she could body him. And, that basically what ended up happening. 18, ended up just washing him, just bodying him completely. And after seeing that, obviously Trunks steps in, tries to attack 18 with his sword, and the sword ended up just breaking. Like, when he struck 18 with it, it just shattered, or the piece of it just shattered. After that, 17 obviously jumps in to attack him, because he made sure to tell them that, if you step in to help, Vegeta, fight 18, you're all gonna get bodied by me. So 17 bodies Trunks, and then Piccolo and Tien jumps in, he bodies Piccolo to the ground, and then he ends up choking out Tien, and then after that, Piccolo gets back up, and 17 just seamlessly, it was so, he finessed Piccolo badly, and he bodied Piccolo again, and just ended up knocking him out, and then knocking Tien out. And then after that, Trunks gets up trying to attack 18 again, but then, 18 grabs Trunks, and then throws him at Vegeta. And then after that, Vegeta, is on the ground, just preparing for a sneak attack. And then after that, Vegeta gets off the sneak attack, and then 18 just bodies him again. And to make sure that, Vegeta didn't try that sneak attack again, she ended up just crushing his other arm. It's actually just wild. And then Vegeta, gets knocked unconscious. And then all that's left is Krillin. Krillin, tries to reason with them, but it was just no avail. They just ended up leaving and going on their way. And that just bodying a whole group of people, they have decades of experience, that's just wild to me. It's it's just they're just two teenagers and they bodied all these people, which is crazy. And coming on to number 1, we got Cell. Cell is just my favorite introduction overall, because his especially his design just goes well with the introduction. So the Z Fighters see on TV that there's a whole commotion going on. There was gunfire in the background, people screaming to see what's going on, and then the news anchor, he saw something, and the camera shuts out. And then up on the lookout, Piccolo and Kami, Kami seeing all this go down, and Kami is shook. Because before, he didn't want to fuse with Piccolo to beat the androids, because they ended up attacking the androids, not the other way around. That's why Kami didn't want to fuse with Piccolo. But basically, Kami saw this, and he was like, yeah, we gotta fuse, because this is a whole other monster that we gotta deal with. So Piccolo fuses with Kami, and then Piccolo goes down into the town to see what's going on. And then it's basically just a ghost town now. There's just clothes everywhere on the ground, and then Piccolo's just wandering the town just to find, the monster that did all this, make it a ghost town. And when you see this monster in the shadows dragging this body, and then, the monster comes out, and then Piccolo fuses his eyes on it. It's just a terrible, cockroach bug monster that Piccolo sees. And then what ends up happening is, Piccolo says to let the guy go that he's dragging around, and Cell lets him go, but then obviously he uses tentacle to start, draining him right in front of Piccolo, and the guy literally just deflates, his body is being sucked into, the spear that, Cell's using on his tail. It just ends up sucking him up. And so after that, they ended up fighting, and Cell pulls out some of the attacks that they used, and then this has Piccolo shook, because how does he know all these attacks? And then he ends up catching Piccolo and absorbing some of his energy. And so after that, Piccolo tricks him and to think that he's actually finished. So Cell goes into his whole background. Apparently, he came from another timeline, and he has all the cells of certain fighters like Piccolo, Vegeta, Trunks, just basically all the super warriors that are on the planet, the Saiyans and stuff like that. Even Frieza and his father, he has those DNA or energy too. And so basically, yeah, he ends up, you know, going away using the solar flare, because you know Trunks and Krillin and they all showed up on the scene. So yeah, he uses the solar flare and then just to get away. Well, obviously, definitely my favorite, you know, thing that happened with, you know, that type of introduction, because like he was basically like a whole monster, like it had like this whole villain like horror, you know, stuff like that. Like that really had my interest, like looking at that type of stuff. So yeah, that basically would be my top 5 villain introductions. Hope y'all enjoyed the video. Like, comment, subscribe, hit the notification for more videos. Like I said at the beginning, follow me on Twitter at 0_Raven_, and I'll see y'all next time. Peace.
I guess you thinking we cool. Break your face like niggas break rules. Pop out new clothes and jewels. They all say I'm way too cool. Frostbite when I open the bitch. Mic'd up, now I'm talking my shit. I believe that I'm trying to get rich. For the dates I was broke as a bitch.